Alright, guys, so we are about ready to get to this show on the road. As the title screen said, this is the first matches of season 29. So we're pretty happy to have RTS League back. And first game we have of the season has a pretty good clan, JSS. Some would probably say they are the favorite to win. And they're playing TM, who isn't bad, but obviously aren't as good as JSS. So we'll see what happens. This first map is TM's map. They have chosen a watering hole. And we've got Trulok, Wookie, and Ben Gan Klassen, or I'm sure I absolutely demolished how to pronounce that. That's on TM, and then on JSS team we got T2, Mista, and Ert. Obviously everybody knows who Ert is, and Mista, and T2, if you're a part of the community, I guess. So should be some pretty good games here. We got some real good players playing, and hopefully we'll have quite a show. If there are issues with the sound, or as a sound quality with my mic maybe not picking up right, or music not being loud enough, or there being any issues whatever, let me know in chat. I got the chat pulled up and I will get to see that. So in case my mic is not working, I'll put that in chat too. And then we'll get to the game. Alrighty, so just real quick, a look at the civs for each side and player placement. We've got JSS up here and over down here. The Mista down here on the pocket is Odin, and actually no, that's not the pocket, that's flank. Flank Mista, Odin. Flank T2 Aranos, pocket Ert as Ra. Over here we've got TM with the flank being Wookie for Loki, and the other flank being Trulok with Zeus, and middle we've got Ra. So pretty interesting on both teams. We got pocket Ra. I don't think JSS can be sad at all with the fact that they got Oranos and Odin on the edges and Ra in the middle. So that's pretty good placement for them. The only issue that you can see with Ra's as pockets is that Ra tends to be a little bit slow to get a military army. So if there's some early pressure put on a flank and the Ra is too slow to help, there could be some issues early on. But with Watering Hole being a pretty large map, I doubt we're going to see any early doubles or triples on anybody. So we will see. And yes, RTS Liga, if you're wondering, RTS Liga is Trulok being silly because that's Trulok. So take a look at the map real quick. Town centers are, of course, going to be forward, as is typical in Watering Hole. We got these two town centers here pretty close together, Wookiees and T2s. So that's going to be a pretty important area to control for them. Hunt is going to be high because we are Watering Hole, and Watering Hole Hunt is always high. And just a quick look, we got a pack of zebra for everybody, a backpack of hippo for everybody. There will be hunt scattered throughout the middle. We see some elephants here. The middle hunt is usually a little bit tougher to secure. So I doubt we'll see a whole lot of middle hunt. The Mista actually got a little bit fortunate with this hippo spawn here all the way in the back. That's really nice for him because it's pretty safe for where it is. And down here, Trulok hasn't scouted quite as well. He doesn't really know where much of his back hunt is. His pig here is slowly doing some scouting, while for some reason he's sending his scout over here. I guess he's looking for, I don't know what he's looking for. I'm not really sure. Gotta pause, which is a little bit annoying. Do have an early thing here. Okay, he's going to be advancing pretty quick. So he's advancing through the standard for SETI, and it looks like he's going to be up as soon as this dwarf is done, so it'll be about a 440 for SETI advance.
And he's not quite up yet. I'm going to guess he's probably going to advance after this ox cart gets popped out, because he's almost got this. Still not sure why we're paused. Relics, let's look at relics. I love relics. Arrows of Alfar helps buildings. That's okay. Not a bad relic, but nothing that's going to change the way the game goes, I guess. But it's helpful if you get it. I wish I knew why we were paused. This is kind of frustrating. The only other relic so far that we've got is the Golden Lions. Not a good relic overall. Only very rarely will you see it useful. And this is probably not going to be... Ooh, we see a villager almost to the town center here. I'm going to assume as soon as we unpause, we are going to see this town center getting made right there. Alright, so it looks like somebody called Wookie. And yep, hey, look at that, I was right. Who would have thought it? We got an early town center from T2, which is a little bit risky. Especially that he's facing off against a Loki. That's risky, but if he's able to get it done without any issues, then he'll be pretty strong later on. But man, that's especially with a pocket raw, that's man, that can be a little bit dicey if they get some early pressure. But judging by the fact that Wookie is built way back here, I think T2 will be okay. What we're gonna see from the raw, we're probably gonna see pretty standard 2 town center Ptah. And it looks like that's what Erd is doing. That's for sure. And he's not. This is a slow advance for Benji. I'm going to call him Benji just because that's easier. But yeah, slow advance for Benji. He should really be advancing by now. I'm assuming after this villager. No, one more. That's really slow. Because that means Erd's going to get his rain off before Benji has any farms. So that's not good. I'm wondering if... he doesn't have enough food to advance because he had to march all the way down here to get his hunt. I don't know why he didn't hunt from here so that he didn't have this delayed advance time. That is really slow advance. Holy cow, 6 minutes. We do see over here the Mista's throwing up some defensive walls, which is good because he's going to want to be able to use that without issues. It also looks like he's going to be grabbing a town center early on too. He sure is. So each of the flanks are getting early town centers. And yeah, there's no pressure from the Loki yet at all. And there's room for him to do some damage. I don't know if he ever used spy though. I don't see a spied unit anywhere at all. Yeah, this advance from Benji is too slow, way too slow. You're gonna see he's not gonna get in on this rain, which is gonna be huge. Also, we have the very first aggression of the entire season 29. He's attacking a tower. And by attacking this tower, he really doesn't accomplish too much. He does get a little favor generation, but I'd rather see him actually doing something to cause villagers to go idle. So he's killing a tower that really protects absolutely nothing at all. And we do a forest fire here, and True Loke responded by bolting the Valkyrie. And he's rebuilding his storehouse, even though he doesn't have to. I guess he wanted to. So yeah, we see this first rain, and how many farms do we have for Benji? Absolutely 0. So that's a big problem for him. Oop, wrong button. He does have the required plow and husbandry. Always get plow and husbandry before. Oh, the RTS league signals. Yeah, that would be pretty cool if we could have something like that. So True Loke is as well. He got a second town center. He's currently has no food, as we can see by the fact that he is training no villagers. In fact, these are his only villagers that are gathering food right now. But holy cow, look at all these pigs. 17 pigs. You could eat on that forever. So we have Wookie trying to do some aggression here, and I don't think he's getting too much down here. Yeah, he's sending the troll home because that just slows everybody down. He does have the Hall of Thanes. I imagine he's going to be getting the other speed upgrade in just a little bit. And he has one hearse here doing a big raid. And Mista is currently doing nothing at all except booming. Let's see what he's got for resources. Nope, that's not Mista. It doesn't have too much yet. Ert's up with Hathor, pretty standard. He'll be up right at 830, and he's going to be up a decent amount faster than Benji, who is just now getting in on his reign. So Ert gets to benefit from 2 reigns, Benji just 1. Ert's asking for a line of sight. He's wanting the Locust on Loki. It's kind of helpful that I can see what he's saying. So he's looking line of sight from T-Do to send something over. That's going to get him his line of sight that he needs. Yeah, nice little raid here if he can properly... Oh, man. He's going to get it. Alright, good surround. Always want to surround those fatties. In situations like this as Pocket Ra, sometimes what I like to do, which is obviously Ra, or Ert isn't doing it, I like to use Shifting Sands when I get heroic and use that to like shift forward and build my forward base here, which he's doing way back here, which is fine, especially because there's absolutely no pressure being put on the flanks. But it's just something that can be done sometimes, and he is getting well, that's the end of all gold mining for Wookie. This guy survives though. He's a monster, but the rest of them are all dead. This guy, yeah. That's gotta hurt. As soon as this ends, it's hard to tell how many there are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll go with 9 just to be safe. So 9 dwarfs, and that's all. And yeah, always follow up the Locust with harass from your Petsuchos plus Rock. And that's really going to hurt. So right now he's down to... Well, he does have some more villagers back here mining gold, but that hurts. Benji is building way back. That's even more back than Ert. So what we're going to see here is Wookie is going to get a pretty hefty double team, I think. And Benji is going to be too slow to help out. That Locust is going to put Wookie quite a bit behind. He is advancing up, but his whole army is this, which isn't much. Nice troll placement here to get at the rock, but not quite. And down here we just see some raids, and for some reason True Loc is making hoplites and really doing nothing with those hoplites. He went up with... That makes no sense. He went up with Hermes, but didn't do any Centaur raids. I don't know why he sent this rock in just to die. It's a little unusual. Ert is trying to get his trade up as soon as possible. That is coming. I'd like to see this army. I mean, this army well outclasses Wookie's army like now. I'd like to see this army just to start attacking. There's definitely back here there are villagers that can be attacked, and this is big here. Benji, because he's behind now, isn't able to grab his forward town center, and I don't think he's ever going to get it. Well, he might. If these get down there fast enough, that will prevent it. He needs to attack the town center with these 2 camels. Yep. He's distracting the whole army with this, and these will come down and get to, yep, so that's going to be stopped. True Loc right now, look at all these pigs. Really confusing me by the fact that he went up with Hermes and then just proceeded to make hoplites, which means his army so far has done absolutely nothing. Like, he's doing nothing except chasing after raiders that are much faster than him. Look at the damage these raiders are doing here. Like right now, TM is on the defensive everywhere. True Loke is on defense. Benji's on defense. Wookie's on defense, and you definitely don't want your Loki to be on defense. Oh, we do have an attack here. Never mind, I missed this. Kind of a greedy, semi-fast heroic, I feel. I missed that. So much for being on it. But yeah, you should be looking at that too. So we do have that town center down. Not really the end of the world, and we have Frost, which is going to eliminate flaming weapons for the most part. But we do still have 6 hearse here that can cause some problems. This is some good aggression here. Actually, if I were T2, I don't know if I'd send my whole army back. I almost would have just kept some pressure. Oh, looks like Urt is maybe going up through Tornado. Oh, not yet. Oh, and we do have Benji is helped up by shifting his whole army up here. That's interesting. Meanwhile, True Loke is waiting for an underworld, I think. Yeah, he's doing an underworld. I wonder if they're going to underworld up here. That actually would be huge if the underworld's right here. I would like to see him underworld right here. I don't know what he's waiting for. Like, honestly, if I think he underworld here, they would be able to do some pretty heavy damage to T2, but we do have this back shift here, which you might almost have to underworld to save Wookiee. Yeah, True Look hasn't done much so far this game. Like, nice army, real slow. He needs the underworld to save his buddy. Because Wookiee's screwed. Like, the aggression here is good, no problem at all, but the problem is Wookiee is getting hurt more than T2 is, and I don't think Benji's going to be able to help out enough. Because Urt's at 3 town centers, actually 4 now with that one, and Benji's only at 2. And we got a little bit of a fight down here. This really is meaningless. The only thing that matters is the defense up here. And if they can't run through this, then Wookiee's never gonna get anywhere. Because this aggression's over. And this isn't accomplishing much, because even if he does eventually push through here, he can just... Mista will just be able to cast Ragnarok anyway. Like, Urt right here, just by himself, is going to be able to do 2-on-1. But he's still preventing this town center from going up. This was a nice shifting stance here. Real good. This Blue's trying so hard just to get his own town center put up that he can't really help much here. And it's now that T2 is reestablish his base, his army can go forward, and they're going to have essentially a 2-on-1 here. Because Wookiee doesn't have much. True Loke doesn't have much either. I mean, yeah, he's getting this town, so it's kind of a suicide run right here. I don't really quite see the point in that, but yeah, man. They're never going to be able to get through this. Oh, Mista's going up with Tyr. He's up. Okay, he's just starting to go up. So I'm guessing when Tyr gets hit, if a pack of wolves spawn here, then Urt's going to go real heavy aggressive right here and probably be able to run through. Yeah, this is all Urt's focusing on now. True Loke is up. Mythic with... There's not much going on for him. Really, his only chance right now is to cast a pretty panicked underworld right here and throw it down. I really wish he would have underworlded in heroic age, but he didn't, so it's too late for that. Like, look at poor Wookiee's villagers. They're doing nothing, and oh man, these birds are. You can't go that way. I mean, True Low score looks good on paper, but he really hasn't done too much, and he's just letting the Mista massively get huge eco and all of that. Meanwhile, they're never going to be able to get through this. And yeah, here's this pack of wolves. I'd like to see him just full on attack. The problem is right now he doesn't have quite enough siege units. He needs to lay off on the chariots just a tad. And yeah, Luki is resigned. Yeah. That is over. It was over. The main problem is that Benji got so far behind Urt due to being so slow. And then that's why Urt was able to prevent Benji from getting his forward town center for so long, and then was also able to put huge pressure on Wookie while Benji was still way behind, and T2 and the Mista just kind of played into a kind of a meaningless stalemate that Mista was winning it anyway. So that's game one. We will have game two, and just a reminder, this is just a 2-game series in the regular season. It's not like it's a best of 3 or best of 5. So I think we can all kind of anticipate